All right. So welcome everybody to the November edition of the November VIC meeting. Who knew back in March that we'd still be doing this virtually, but you know what? Let's roll with it. We have a lot of great stuff in store today. Make sure you have the chat feature open because we're going to have a great panel from with two powerhouses in the restaurant industry participating today, and they're going to answer some questions about what's going on, what we can look forward to, how we can better help their community survive through the winter months. And we have a wellness check with the Rochester Brainery, and lots of updates. And then don't forget to stick around today for happy hour because we've got some great wine pairings brought to you by Living Roots and Deer Run Winery. So, and I'm going to try and keep us remotely on time since I did a horrible job of that last month. So to kick things off, Rachel, I'm going to turn it over to you because she's got some great audio visual things to show us about our favorite foodie town.
Yes, sorry for the delay on that. So in case everyone hasn't heard by now, we were named, since the theme of the day is food. Before Danielle does her wellness check, we'll just whet your appetite literally with some exciting news that Rochester was named a top city for foodies in the country. So that is the theme of today, is all things food, how we can support our local restaurants. So I'll actually kick it back over to Danielle and then we'll play the video.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm the one that screwed that up in the order. Sorry. So yeah, Danielle, please welcome Danielle from the Rochester Brainery. Since 2013, I did some little research. I've always been a fan, but I wanted to get some more facts. Since 2013, when they opened, you guys have offered over 2,500 different classes taught by local experts, and everything really from cooking classes to health and wellness to even better reading your pet's behavior. So anyway, take it away, Danielle.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me today. And I've got my mask on because I'm actually working at Rochester Brainery today. We are open for curbside pickup and for people to stop in for retail today from 12 to 7. So I am prepared. But thank you so much for having me join today for the wellness check. You know, things are constantly changing and evolving. We got the okay to do indoor classes on October 14th, but it looks like those were supposed to start this Sunday in full force, and it looks like they might not be. We might be switching everything back to online for curbside pickup. So that's what we're doing today. But we, in the meantime, we're able to do some outdoor classes. We have plans to do some indoor classes, and we're certainly running a lot of online classes. We've been doing that since March, the very end of March. We switched that over pretty quickly, and a lot of our classes have been able to translate to that kind of online space. Classes definitely look a little bit different, but a lot of them still really work. What I found to be extremely fun for online, which pairs in perfectly for food today, is that we've been doing lots of Friday night cooking classes. So everything from pizza making to pasta making, filled pasta, pierogi, empanadas, all kinds of stuff, plant-based classes. Like I mentioned, most of them are on Friday nights, so they make a really great date night or a family night in where everyone's cooking together and then you have a chance to eat afterwards. On the weekends, we've been doing a lot of like dessert classes. We have macaroon making, we have cookie decorating, all that kind of fun stuff. So we've been doing a lot online. And as I mentioned, we've been doing we were planning on starting to do some classes in person. They're 99.9% sure all of those are actually changing to online classes. We're going to make that call by Thursday, but you know, we'll have wreath making and all kinds of fun stuff online, be continuing our online classes for as long as we need to until we can all gather safely in person together again without the possibility that things will be canceled. And so, you know, our classes are open to the public. Our online classes can fit up to 100 people, so that's quite a few people. We've been working with a number of businesses to plan private online events for their companies or families who are looking to do something for their family for, the holidays. Everyone's in a different city, but they can still make, pasta together online and enjoy a meal together. So we've been working with people on that, or they've just been joining our public classes, which is completely an option as well. But we can pick the time and date that works best for your team or your family by working together to kind of create that private class. So that's kind of what's going on here at Rochester Brainery. As I mentioned, though, I'm here for our retail. We do sell lots of local items from our our teachers and local makers and artists. We are available for 3 people in the in-store shop at a time right now, but we are doing curbside pickup, and I'm doing free local delivery on Fridays for orders of $25 or more. So lots of options in terms of shopping local with actual gifty items, or you can shop gift cards, purchase, classes on behalf of your friends and family, all different kind of ways to shop with us and prepare for the holidays. We actually do have 15% off all of our retail items through the end of November as well. Just to plug that real quick. So rochesterbrainery.com is the place to get more information, or you can always send me an email at info@rochesterbrainery.com. Thank you.
Danielle, make sure you put that up in the chat. I put your website up in the chat, but make sure you get that email up there too. And another thing that interesting I read on your website was that if you had something that you wanted to teach, a special skill or whatever, you can reach out and actually teach a class. Which
yeah, absolutely. Always looking for new classes.
That's pretty cool. So y'all check that out, and thank you so much, Danielle, again. Okay, so we're gonna move right along to our restaurant panel. So you know these ladies, you love them. We have Kelly Bush today, who is with the Union Tavern in Marshall Street, and she's also our current 2020 NYSRA president of the New York State Restaurant Association. She's joined by Kelly Metras of Salena's and our inbound 2021 New York State Restaurant Association president. So ladies, welcome to you, and glad to have you here. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
Yay.
I wish we had good news for you.
Yeah, I know it. So we'll just jump right into the questions here. And for those of you listening, please feel free, if you have questions as they pop up, please feel free to type them into the chat. You can either direct message me or just throw them into the general chat, and we'll pick them up and try and get those answered for you. So jumping right in, obviously there has been a lot of activity over the last week or so regarding the industry. Can you just give us a quick update on what the current mandates and guidelines are relating to restaurants and bars?
Sure. We're in a yellow zone currently, which means that we need to limit our tables to 4 people. Gosh, there's so many mandates now. I don't even know what's real anymore. We also got put into a 10 o'clock curfew, which isn't part of the yellow zone. That's something completely different. So right now we are waiting to hear really what is going to happen Wednesday or Thursday. That would be the earliest we would be put into the orange zone, which would limit us to takeout only and outdoor seating, which I don't know if anybody looked outside today, is probably not going to be an option after that. So
yeah,
so that's where things are at right now.
We also have the 4-person. Did you say that part? The 4-person to a table? Sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
I have background things that grab my attention.
I know it, and there's really no exceptions to that rule I was reading up today. So if a family of 5 comes in, they're pretty much SOL, I guess. They just have to rethink who gets to come to dinner.
Or you
yes.
get to look at the positive side, and I don't have to sit with my children. Upside of having so many kids.
It gives you a whole new perspective on the kids' table. John, go away. John, go lay down. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, so John, so the resources to find the current updates, obviously there's a lot of resources for information out there, but the best place to get all of the most up-to-date information is where?
I would say the NYSRA website has everything, but most of that links back to the New York State website. So the governor's updates are all listed there.
Right. And then for those of you who are, have a restaurant or know somebody with a restaurant that aren't members of NYSRA, I mean, you guys have been so fantastic about including non-members into what you've been doing and getting the word out just for consistency's sake. But, really to get the full measure of what y'all have to offer, and it's a great organization, I'm a member too, is to actually join NYSRA. And are there, I know that Visit Rochester has had some incentives throughout the year to keep membership and to help, get the word out and then prolong the rates and fees for joining. Is there anything like that with the NYSRA website that's currently being offered?
We're doing quarterly payment right now, so that's certainly something. And we didn't charge throughout, oh God, March through I think the end of the summer. So that's what we're offering right now, and we need membership more than anything right now. NYSRA does a lot. It offers a lot of cost savings, but the biggest thing that we do is advocacy, and it's the hardest thing to show usually, except for right now, because that's all we've been doing is advocating for our industry. So right now we need as many members as possible, because there's strength in numbers, and we need to be there to fight for what we need for our industry.
You know what, Kelly, that's a great point. And you bring up that's a nice segue into the next question, which is, I don't think people realize what the trickle down effect is of what's going on in the industry. I mean, I'm Joe Smith, and I'm out and going to a restaurant, and all of a sudden my favorite restaurant's closed. But like, what does that mean? There's a trickle down effect. Can you guys go into that a little bit too?
Well, I would like to start by letting people know that most restaurants live on a 5% profit margin. Anything over 5% is considered extraordinarily well. And most of your profits go back to things like equipment. When your entire business model is dependent on your stove working, those things don't come cheap. Trust me, I want one in my kitchen at home, and I'm trying to figure out how I can budget for that. So when you have your margins that slim, which is why banks don't like restaurants, and you have something like this happen where you are at a 50% capacity, you still have the same overhead. So your overhead percentage might have been a 25% or a 20% percentage of all of your income coming in, but now that percentage has jumped. So a lot of the restaurants that are closing are going to close, because your budget is out the window. So you're not getting any money in to pay for the things that are not payroll, right? So yeah, you can adjust your food supply, you can adjust your payroll numbers, you can, take over someone's job and lay them off, but you still got to pay your rent and your RG&E and your equipment and everything else. And those things are the things that are going to kill restaurants. So without money coming in, I believe Kelly Bush just mentioned on a different thing that I think it was that 85% of New York State restaurants are looking to fail this year.
Yep.
And as a city that is known for and proud of our independent restaurants, the chains are the only thing that's going to survive this unless we work diligently to fix things. So that doesn't really talk about the trickle down effect, but it talks about the closing, right? So you have everything from your suppliers, you have your guy who cleans your fryers, you have the person who cleans the windows, you have your cleaning crew, you have, I don't know, it goes on and on and on, all these little businesses that you work with. You have your grease trap people, those are another local company that you use. And all of those businesses are hurting just as bad because they're reliant on restaurants being open.
Yeah, I was on the NRA call earlier today, and they were talking about it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and really, we are a major contributor to the GDP, and there are multiple ways. There's an act that's on the table in Congress right now to get some more funding across. It's the Restaurant Act, right? I think is the proper name for it. Yeah. So maybe if y'all have. If you have a link to that we, it's really important for everybody to reach out to their Congress people and help, get them to react to this and get them to push it through. So if there's any links that you can put up in the chat for people to participate, that'd be fantastic. How can people support the restaurant industry besides going out, in addition to going out, ordering takeout, getting curbside pickup, frequenting your favorite places? What other kinds of things, like, can they do stuff online? How many ways can they help?
The biggest way I think you can help local anything right now is online reviews, right? But not just online reviews, the lack of shitty reviews. So you go somewhere and it's not your sorry, it's not your thing. Keep your mouth shut, right? Like, you don't like everywhere you go, you don't like every meal you have, but unless you're seeing something that's like detrimental and you're seeing something that's not, it's violating health codes or the COVID mandates, and you want to share that information. But if you don't like your experience, talk to the restaurant and talk to the staff, and stop being a keyboard warrior, because every star average that a restaurant loses, I believe, is $10,000 in revenue. So if you want your restaurants to survive, keep your mouth shut.
Right.
Or share really good things.
Right.
Or share the things that we know people want to see. I mean, 5 stars is great, but write down, hey, 5 stars because everybody I saw was wearing a mask, or there was great distancing between tables. I mean, we always love to hear how great our food and service is, but right now we need to get the information out. We are, I think what the governor said on Wednesday, that we were the top 3 contributors to COVID. True or not, there's lots of people that have different feelings on that, but that's hurt us. And if there's ways that we can do things safely, we need to get the word out that there's a lot of us doing a really, really good job. And so I think review is a great way to do that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, and that really supports you and actually calls out those who wouldn't necessarily be participating in the correct way. I mean, let's face it, there's always going to be people who are going to think outside the box, and the rules don't apply to them, and the support needs to get thrown to people who are actually trying to do a good job. So yeah, I appreciate that. We had let's see, do I have all my, yes. Oh, and then, you should mention gift certificates too. I mean, this is gift certificate season. What, you have any words to say about those? And what are you?
Everybody loves gift certificates.
Right. They don't expire, so you can use them when the pandemic's over.
Right. Right. And is there a list somewhere? I mean, I know there's a couple of good websites with participating restaurants that have had, stuff that they're offering.
I think every restaurant is offering something right now. We're very close to looking at takeout only, which means we're kind of bumping up what we're doing as far as merchandise and creative ways and things that we can sell. We're coming up with pantry items for you to be able to get curbside. So I would imagine pretty much every restaurant has a way to give you some type of certificate for future dining.
Right. All right, I'm scrolling through. Oh my goodness, there's so many good questions in here. So there was a question from Julia from Julie K. Cater. So is being in the event and catering industry is nice or helpful for us?
Absolutely. I would say Brittany, she's on we have a catering call. So once early March, we started doing weekly calls with operators in every region. And we found that there was such a need for caterers in general, because they are affected in a different way. And there are trickle down of us, being successful too. A lot of us are caterers to event spaces, but we put together a catering call every Wednesday just because their concerns were so unique from just separate restaurants. So it was a great way for pretty much since April for caterers to get together once a week and be able to share information.
Yeah, that's usually Thursdays at 10? Is that right? Or is that the Wednesday call?
I think that's Wednesdays. The regional one was, Thursday.
Right. Yep. So that's a great call to get on. Sometimes it's venting, sometimes there's creativity, but it's always nice to be with your fellow partners in all of this. Let's see.
There's a question about food costs.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hard thing, right? So like everything else is going up. Honestly, our payrolls have even gone up, just, with trying to hire staff and what people are willing to work for. For gloves, I was maybe paying 30 and paying 100 and something for, and using them often. So it's not just food costs. It's just costs of doing business are ridiculously high right now.
Yeah. Yes.
I apologize if I cut out.
No, that's
Are you
okay.
there?
Yeah, no, you can hear, you're a little patchy, but we can hear you. Meg put up the Yelp blogs too for Yelp reviews during COVID-19. So that's a great thing. And then Danielle too, like any restaurant partners out there that want to partner for classes at the Brainery too. That's one thing that we immediately did. I mean, one of the ways that we got open quickly was to partner with some restaurants and get open for our dinner with friends out on the terrace. And it was great. It helps support you guys and help support us and get the doors open. So that's good. Let's see. I'm gonna see. I think that was everything that we had in here. Any last thoughts, y'all, on restaurants and how we're gonna pull this?
The last part of the food cost thing, when you do go out to eat and things aren't available. Did I freeze again?
No,
you're good.
Okay. Sorry. When you do go out to eat and things aren't available, just remember that we're getting stuff from the same places that everybody else is. So when you go to Wegmans and their aisles are cleared out, you know, it's just as hard for us sometimes to get things. So sometimes it's because beef prices have, you know, gone up 10 times, and so you're not buying beef this week. And sometimes it's you just can't get product, so you have to change things around. So just being kind and understanding that. I feel like at this point, which is, it's a weird feeling because we are about to get shut down again. I say that with certainty. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I also feel like a lot of the general population has forgotten that we're in the middle of a pandemic and that we're all, you know, failing miserably trying to stay open until next year. And they're not being as kind and understanding as they once were.
Yeah, I think what everybody needs to be reminded of is if you've ever cried over a bad breakup, you know, with a beer, if you've ever met friends out to celebrate a birthday, if you've ever schmoozed a client to seal a deal, chances are you've had that experience in a restaurant or a bar, and it's important. Y'all are important. We're important. The hospitality is absolutely a necessity in our culture, in our life. And you know, ladies, thank you so much for your input today. I know you're insanely busy. Kelly Bush, you have been like a tour de force throughout this whole thing. And Kelly Metras, like I can only, I only wish you the best, my friend, and you're in 2021, and you know, hopefully you're the harbinger of better news and a better year for all of us. There's no pressure on you, by the way.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all.
One last plug. I also own Knox Cocktail, which opened 2 weeks ago, which was a great timing. But they're open as well, and they'll be open for side to get pulled back. So.
Oh my God, your criminally addictive chickpeas and the mother of dragons. Woo! So good when it goes past the lips.
I just want to say one more thing too, just to keep in mind, you know, pre-COVID, the restaurant industry was the second largest private sector employer in the country. So we are essential. We need to be successful. We employ somebody, you know, if not most people, you know, at some point in their lives. So we really do need to, we need all the support we can get, because we need to get back, because we could really, once we're going, our sales tax alone could do a lot to get us out of debt. So, and also, you know, independent restaurants are 2/3 of the restaurants out there. And if we fail, you will only have McDonald's and other places I won't mention, and that might be convenient and fun to go to every once in a while, but you know, we really need us to make it through.
Yeah. Not to mention it's better for your soul if we come frequent one of your places than a big chain. All right, y'all, thank you so much for your time, and look forward to seeing you soon. I'll be frequenting both of y'all soon.
Hey, Brittany.
Thank you.
Yes.
Brittany, it's Michael Hardy. I just wanted to ask hi, Brittany, Kelly's Square. I know I'm telling our restaurants, or I'm suggesting, hints for Hardy down here in Watkins Glen, is, you know, the wineries, which are a lot of our food options, and the restaurants down here, they've done a really great job of keeping the restaurant and wine experience. And I'm commuting down from Rochester, and a lot of the restaurants that I try to pop into with what limited time I have, they've really kind of looked like a little bit of a war zone. And I know how hard you're working. Remember, I'm leading some restaurants down here too, is don't forget the experience. Like, people aren't going to come in and stools are up and tables are pushed, get them away, move them away, then make it feel like a table of 4 restaurant. And I'm sure you're all doing that. Kelly Bush, I feel bad because I'm just around the corner from you, but I haven't gotten that down from Monroe. But we're trying to tell the restaurants and the wineries, and they're also using like really unique space. So if you have less supplies because you're not buying in advance, put a 2-top table in the kitchen, or put a 2-top, 4-top table in the supply room. Make that part of the experience. The wineries are using spaces like I've never seen them use them before. The restaurants down here are surprisingly large, but it made me think, an old cooler that doesn't lock, a storage room, a basement, a bathroom stall, wherever you have to put a table. Think creatively. I know you're all trying, but part of it is just brainstorm with people. And I know Brittany's doing the same thing, and I know you're losing your outside space, and the heaters are only going to work so long. The wineries got a little panicky 2 weeks ago because they realized their heating space is gone. But they are starting to like move barrels and move cases and move bottles. And, so I know that's just more work, but you're in our thoughts and prayers, and I get it because I'm hearing it down here. The resort community is much different. It's not a slowdown, it's a shutdown. And we're not even close to a pale yellow down here. We're doing okay. But just think of those unique spaces and try to make the restaurants look like restaurants and not like places that have done a really great job with takeout for 9 months. Because I think some of the restaurants in Rochester are losing that touch, and it's sad because I want to pay it and I tip 20 to 30% and all that, but not if it looks like a war zone.
Yeah, that's a good point, Michael. It is. And anytime you're ready to get back together for a cocktail, let's do it. All right, y'all. Thank you. All right, moving on. So we're going to go to our VIC member spotlight, which is
actually
another.
Before that, Brittany, we've got a video.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Rachel.
Starring our own Kelly Bush that just presented. So a lot of this will just kind of hit home what we've been talking about today. So hopefully the audio works all good. And here we go.
Can't hear it. Can't hear it.
Rachel, we can't hear the audio in the audience here.
Well, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that, everyone. As I always say, we can be doing this for 9 months and there's always still something that pops up. So we will post this in the forum afterward, so you can see it in all of its audio and visual glory. But in the meantime, you kind of get the message. We're really just trying to hammer home, and especially these next few months, just how important it is to support your local restaurants. So my apologies for the technical difficulties, but we will, now we can move on to our spotlight speaker.
Yes, thanks, Rachel. It looked good. It looked real good. All right, so for those of you who may not know, and I'd be surprised if you didn't, the New York Kitchen is located down in Canandaigua, and if you haven't been there, you've got to check it out. It offers a tasting room, cafe, classes featuring all things food and beverage in New York. They've got beautiful gardens in the back of the building that grow all sorts of fun herbs and fruits and things, and they've got a beautiful tent outside in the summertime. And it's definitely a destination to go, bring your friends and have a great experience. So without any further ado, Alyssa Belasco, please.
All right. I think you can hear me. I think I'm good. All right.
Yes.
Sorry for the visual diarrhea, if you will. I couldn't decide what to show as far as my slide goes, but So I'm the executive director at New York Kitchen, and I've been a big fan even before I worked there. So we are a nonprofit organization, which I find is the biggest thing that people don't know about New York Kitchen. They're like, of course you're everything New York State, but they don't know that we are a nonprofit, and our mission is to educate, engage, and excite our visitors and celebrate the agriculture, craft beverage, and culinary bounty of New York State. So we do that through our hands-on cooking classes, beverage pairing opportunities and experiences. Our tasting room is all 100% New York State wine, beer, spirits. We have a restaurant, which is the NYK Cafe, private events, and of course, we have been impacted by all things COVID. So we pivoted during the shutdown. We follow the food and beverage regulations. So during the shutdown, decided that we can't be the best at everything, and that we brought in a partner to run our restaurant and private events like showers, weddings, things like that. So Best Beverage Catering is our partner for the restaurant now. They've previously done all of the food and beverage for CMAC, which is not operating right now. So they're a great partner to have, and that allows me to focus on the educational component and our mission at New York Kitchen. Our hands-on cooking classes normally allow for 24 guests. We're now down to 12. So everybody has their own station. Even if you came as a couple or with a girlfriend, you still have your own space. Everybody is more than 6 feet apart. Masks you're wearing anytime you are not at your station, similar to if you're dining at a restaurant. Recently, we've had a keyboard warrior, whatever you're calling it, who chimes in on every post that we put up of pictures of people without masks on. And I am explaining and, reach out to me directly. I'd be happy to let you know how we're operating. So we are doing our in-person classes. Our tasting room is open, and we're seeing a lot of people really stocking up, not necessarily for the holidays, but just life in general. And we have overflow space. We have a smaller hands-on kitchen that's right across from the tasting room that we can't utilize right now because it's normally limited to 6 people. So it really won't work with the COVID regulation. So we're using that as overflow space for our tasting room. If we do see, we've got quite a few guests coming in. We are offering virtual cooking classes where we provide a shopping list and the guest gets all of that and works via Zoom with our chefs. We are seeing people reaching out to have some private virtual experiences as in lieu of a holiday party where people would come in. So we're doing things, you can kind of customize that on an a la carte basis where we can do the shopping for you or include a New York State charcuterie board. So we're really trying to be helpful to our guests, but also figure out a way to bring in some sort of a revenue. Right now, we've really just been kind of breaking even, and I'm using, that's a generous way to say it. So our virtual offerings are definitely going to pick up a little bit more now that we're anticipating possibly another shutdown. We also offer industry certification courses. So coming up are WSET levels 1 and 2 courses. So anyone in the hospitality industry, if you have somebody that you want to get trained, or if you're just an enthusiast, we have those courses coming up in January and February. They're on our website. Part of our mission, we have our junior chef cooking camps that we offer in the summertime, and then typically on the breaks. The schools aren't really having much of a break this year, so we have pivoted a little bit with that to offer some virtual opportunities for kids as well. But right now we're still seeing, the kids coming in and doing our classes in person. But over the summer, we partner with after-school programs like Boys and Girls Club of Rochester, Geneva, Champion Academy, Education Success Foundation, Girl Scouts, Explorers Club, and more. So we offer camps that are week-long There's a different theme every day. We have an agricultural component where we'll do some farm tours and things like that. So there's a little bit of everything, but it's all focused around promoting New York State products, food, wine, spirits, all of that. And actually, one more thing related to our educational component, we have a great relationship and partnership with Finger Lakes Community College. They have a culinary arts program, and so they do their labs right at New York Kitchen. So basically, they didn't have to build their own kitchen for their students to work in. And then those students a lot of times then work for us in an assistant type role in our classes. So they get that hands-on experience there too, as far as from a teaching standpoint. But they do all of their culinary labs. And on Fridays they do, it used to be where it was a restaurant style where you would buy a ticket and come in and dine with them at the school, but they can't offer that. So now they feed all of the staff at New York Kitchen. So it's kind of like a reverse role where they cook these great meals and get the experience and the feedback from us as the team there. So if you haven't been, I highly recommend you check it out in person if you feel comfortable, or join us for a virtual class. They're $29 per household. So we found that families like to cook together or use it as a date night experience. I'm a big fan of the Rochester Brainery. Danielle is, she just got an email today because I'm like, I think I signed up for that course, but I can't remember. So I'm a lifelong learner. So supporting things like New York Kitchen and the Rochester Brainery, if you are have that kind of thirst for knowledge, I highly recommend.
It's great. It's a great, I mean, I love that space down there. When I worked for Wegmans, I would come and do events with y'all all the time. It's a great partnership that y'all have down there. So thank you very much, Alyssa. I think I put your website up in the thing, in the chat, but if there's any other links you want to share, and then please make sure if there's anything going on specifically for Thanksgiving or gift certificates or links to put them in the chat as well, because we can save that at the end.
Will do.
Hang on to them for the holidays. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, so we're moving on. I'm so proud of us. We're doing really great on time today. Yay. Let's see. So next we're going to be going to the VIC committee updates. So Meredith with Rock for a Reason. Meredith Howie, you available?
I don't know if she's on. Do you want me to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got something to share too.
So Rock for a Reason, Friday, this coming Friday, there is a group of us that will be at Frontier Field putting together the Small Business Council donation boxes of food. So that is a way that we are volunteering our time. There's about 10 of us scheduled from 1:30 to 5:30 on Friday. We are interested in learning more ways or ideas and options, whether it's donations or volunteer activities. If anyone would like to message me in the chat or email myself or Meredith Howie, please do so. We have a great group of individuals that are looking to give back, whether it's in donations or time. So keep us posted. Thank you.
Thanks, Salena. Okay, so Maureen Hill with the Membership Engagement Committee.
Hi there. Hi, Brittany.
Hello, darling.
Okay, good. Everybody can hear me. Perfect. Okay, so I'm the chair. I'm Maureen Hill, first of all, and I'm the chair for the Membership Engagement Committee. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's actually got two missions. One, to give members an additional experience with one another, network and get to know one another's businesses, and hopefully, build relationships where you guys can do more work together. And also to give non-members an additional experience with us and learn about Visit Rochester and know how awesome it is to be a member. So that's what our committee is focused on doing. This year, of course, we had to switch gears because we weren't able to do the networking experiences that we've been able to do in the past for everybody. But what was born out of that was the What's on Your Plate initiative. Hopefully you've been to one or more of these Zoom experiences at lunchtime. About once or twice a month, we would host one of these events where we got to spotlight a couple of members and also share with each other what's going on in our businesses today. We got to hear success stories, pivot stories, you know, COVID stories, strives, and how we got over things. It was a great year for us. I don't know. Am I supposed to be getting into detail, Brittany, about what we went through this year, or is that next meeting? Can't hear you.
I think that'll be next meeting. Why don't
Next
you just
meeting.
talk
Okay.
about, the
talk
last
about
meeting last Tuesday and then
okay,
what's going on.
fabulous. Yes, we'll do. So last week we had our last What's on Your Plate for the year. And just so you guys know, it is already posted on the What's on Your Plate landing page on the Visit Rochester site. We'll make sure that that's up in the chat. We focused on Eastview Mall and what's going on with the malls this year at this point for the holidays, you know, stores being open, how are they social distancing? So that was covered. And then we had Glenna's best CBD oil on, and they shared with us, you know, how are they handling things from their storefronts to their spa, and gave us some information about their their products. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So anyway, moving on. The best part of the What's on Your Plate, other than those spotlights, was an addition to our spotlights, which was the Pirate Toy Fund. And I know you're going to hear a little bit more about this later, guys, but we have we got to hear what's going on with that organization and how we can become a special part of supporting them as they are in a lot of need this year. So that's pretty much the update. We're not going to have any more meetings this year, but we would absolutely love it if you didn't get to be a part of What's on Your Plate last week. Go to the website and that I'm going to post here in the chat and take a peek at the interview from Eastview Mall and Glenna's best CBD oil.
Yeah, Diana just put it up, the link. So
perfect. Thanks, Diana.
Yeah, I never managed to catch them on time, but I always catch them in the aftermath, and they're
awesome.
Always, yeah, it's nice to hear what everybody's doing and what's going on.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mo.
Yep.
All right, and then Ms. Deb Ross with the attraction task updates, or the task.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah, so the Museums and Attractions Recovery Committee, let's see, we had our last meeting last week, and we had a really special presentation from Dan Schneiderman, who is the chair of the Rochester Maker Fair and also ran the Empire State Maker Fair this year. And his presentation was about virtual field trips and the technology and best practices that have been evolving for that. And we started banding about some ideas for sort of doing that both for Rochesterians and also for outside of Rochester who might like to see what's happening at our museums, attractions, and otherwise. So that was actually such a good discussion that we're going to have it again. We have, Dan has some slides that we'll make available. We're gonna see if we can toss that open to the general membership because I think it's gonna be super useful coming up. So that is our update.
Thanks, Deb. Appreciate it. All right, now we're going to roll into Visit Rochester staff updates. So we'll kick this off with Mr. Don Jeffries. Don.
Hey, how are you, Brittany?
Hey, Don. How are you?
I am great, thank you. I'll be brief. I know that's unusual. As you can hear by our committee reports, we've been very busy with our committee structure, but we're focused on our members, and I'm going to let Greg LaDuca talk a little bit about that. We're doing a real push to try to help in recovery with our restaurant partners. As you heard earlier in those great presentations, they need our help, and we're encouraging people to go out to, and if all of a sudden we can't go out to the restaurants, go buy a gift certificate, go get something to go. These people really need our help. And we're focusing on recovery, and I'm going to let Rachel talk about that and the social media presence that we have. Under sales, Wendy can talk about keeping in touch with our customers, and Amanda can talk about how we're serving our customers who are having virtual meetings, which is kind of unusual, and Amanda can go into that. And on the marketing side, Diana can talk a little bit about timing. We've got some family programs. We've got some great promotional things that we want to get out, but the timing's got to be right. We can't say, hey, everybody come and visit Rochester if we do go to Orange. Hopefully, I heard today that they're doing a lot of testing in the schools, and I heard 2 school districts this morning came back completely negative, and that'll help that percentage go down, the more negative testing we have. So with that, I want to thank you, and everybody stay healthy and stay safe. And my favorite line from the movie Animal House is, my advice to you, drink heavily.
Thanks, Don. All right, Miss Wendy Ford, you're up next.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So what are we doing to keep in touch with our people? Well, I would like to say that the entire staff here at Visit Rochester has recently visited with our hotel partners and dropped off some cider and donut treats for the staff. Just to let you know, we're thinking about you. We're here to help however we can. And let's just keep on working together as we get through all of this. Another thing that we have recently done, I'm very happy to say that we held our first successful in-person DOS meeting for the year at the Woodcliff. We had 14 attendees. Yes, that was before the new 10-person restriction. So Woodcliff did a great job. We did our social distancing, and we watched, actually what we did was we watched the New York State Hospitality Tourism Association conference together. So that was very nice to see everybody. I think everybody was happy to at least see each other in person. Let's see, I also want to let everyone know that Rochester has just been selected to host the 2022 International Gay Bowling Association, which is a first-time event for the annual conference, or for the annual event for Rochester. We hosted their mid-year tournament in 2011. So Libby's been working very hard on securing this. So congratulations to Libby on securing that. The sales department is also continuing to move along here. We've started to slowly start securing some groups for the second quarter of 21. Most of these were bookings that had canceled for 20, and we were waiting to secure some dates for 21. So we've been able to successfully do that as we are slowly seeing some leads come through for future years. So that's all I've got from the sales department.
Thanks, Wendy.
Sure.
I love hearing how groups are booking, and it gives a little glimmer of hope for the future, right?
Yes.
All right, Amanda Fox, darling.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Yes, can you hear me? Perfect. So we are, as Don mentioned, Amber and I have kind of pivoted a little bit, and we are servicing virtual events. So some of our larger annual groups, we're taking the time to kind of figure out how their virtual events are running, and kind of just uniquely servicing them for this year. But as Wendy mentioned, as things start to turn definite for 21 and future years, we're still busy getting service requests out in regards to servicing those groups. So getting everything ready for the future, and it's good to be back planning. So thanks.
Great, thank you. All right, Miss Rachel, you are up.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully my tech has been a little off today, so hopefully I can get through this update without, goofing up the volume or something. But in any case, so we have, as Don mentioned, we are focusing all of our cylinders on all things supporting local, shopping local, especially supporting our local restaurants. And so we actually just debuted a blog post that is a list of Thanksgiving takeout options in Rochester, New York, from sourced from you guys in the VIC member forum on Facebook, as well as our Visit Rochester member restaurants. So that is out on social media. I'm excited to share it that in just a matter of a couple of days, now the second most viewed page on our website for the week. So we know folks, a lot of people are going to have smaller celebrations. They're staying at home. So we think there's a great opportunity with the Thanksgiving takeout. And then once we get past Thanksgiving, we'll be totally focused on all things holiday shopping. So you guys have already given me some great ideas for that upcoming piece of content for our website. So we're going to be talking about what items are on a local's holiday shopping list, places that you can go to do your local holiday shopping. So if you think of anything or have ideas or ways for your organization to be included in that, please reach out, Rachel at visitrochester.com. We'll of course go through our membership list, but it's always helpful if you can give us some creative examples and ideas. And then we are continuing on the social media front. We are continuing a campaign right now that's still targeted in New York State. We'll, it's on reference, like we'll obviously adjust the timing as things open or close, but we're going to think positive and hope that we can continue to have that going on. And it's actually been really nice. I don't know if I've shared this previously, but we are seeing in real time on some of the ads that we're running throughout New York State, folks saying, oh, I'm coming this weekend, or oh, I was just here this weekend. So it's really encouraging, as Amanda kind of referenced, to still be able to see those, see those interactions with visitors and to know that they're coming and they are having a great experience, all things considered in our community. So that, I think, is all that I have for everyone today. And I hope everyone continues to stay safe and be well and support local.
Is that me?
Oh yeah, there you are.
Okay, my turn. All right, hi everybody. Greg, wanted to give you an update today, or actually just get your a little brainstorming going. We had a couple of updates today from our committees and task force, and the Visit Rochester staff is currently working on finalizing our 2021 business plan. And so the question to you is, if you have any thoughts or ideas on future 2021 committees or task force, now's the time to reach out to myself or Brittany or Julie, our chair for 2021. Obviously things have changed. We've done a fantastic job, and Don and I continue to report out that we had over 170 members active in our 9 committees and task force this year. So if there's something that you find that is of a need that we could get together and work on as a community, certainly reach out to myself, Brittany, or Julie. Don mentioned supporting our restaurants and supporting our members. We did visit, as Wendy said, our hotel community over the last couple of weeks. And the restaurant community is something that we're certainly focused on. Elena and myself have been having some conversations with local organizations, and we really have a desire this year, moving into next year, to embrace our minority-owned restaurants. And so we have a couple of things that we can't announce just yet that are in the works. And also Kelly Metras, Kelly Bush, Meg Colombo, hopefully your ears were ringing today. I had a great conversation this morning. I'll be reaching out to you later this week on something else that we might be able to do together to support our local restaurants through the winter time. So more on that. And I hope everyone stays tuned for Brittany's update on our December virtual VIC meeting and holiday gathering. Although we can't get together in person, the steering committee's put together some really neat things for December. So hopefully you'll stay tuned to that and also get engaged on some of the opportunities that we have coming up. So thanks very much. And we'll see you for networking with our winery friends to talk about wine pairings for the upcoming holidays. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Greg. Always good info. And we're going to finish up the staff updates with Diana. Are you available?
I am. Hi, everyone. So great to see you as always. As Don mentioned, timing is so very important right now for our marketing efforts. A lot of our initiatives are taking place digitally so that way we can turn on a dime if we have to. One of the decisions we made was to relaunch our family program on October 27th. We had to imagine that campaign, and you all got to see a video last time called Come Play in Our Backyard. And just since October 27th, when we launched, we've had over 13,000 people driven to the website. And we have the 15-second spot that you saw last meeting is being played on pre-roll and also connected TV, and has been viewed more than 219,000 times, which is absolutely amazing. So we're really excited about that. From an international standpoint, Wine, Water, and Wonders continues to be active in the international market. We did participate in World Travel Market last week virtually and had more than 30 appointments. And the good news is that international visitors, especially in the UK, are anxious to travel again. They're just waiting for borders to open. And the feedback we got is that the rebound is going to be faster than has been projected. So we're excited about that. And then just to continue to support all of our members and everything local, we are looking to produce and run a local commercial. So we're excited about that initiative as well.
That's great. God, those numbers are amazing, Diana. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about December for a minute. I'm a little sad that we don't get to meet in person, but that's not going to stop us from doing our traditional things that we love to do. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to have a gift box for those who pre-register for the December meeting. It's going to contain some goodies that are all locally made and little Rochester loving in the box. But if you want to contribute to the box, feel free to do so. You can, whether it's a coupon or a product or really anything that you have, to consider it like an added marketing opportunity. And those will need to be dropped off to Visit Rochester at 45 East Avenue no later than December 4th, which is also the deadline for pre-registration to get those boxes in. And then for our December raffle, which is always such a huge thing at the end of the year, we're looking for raffle prizes. So December 9th is the due date for that. Again, if you want to drop your prize off to Visit Rochester at 45 East Avenue, please do so by December 9th, and then we will be doing that virtually on at the meeting. And we've got some good surprises in store for you. We're gonna, wrap up the year on a good note. It's 2020 has drug on and flown by all at the same time, and I get to pass the baton on to the lovely Julia Znaidzwick, and looking forward to that. And we'll look forward to seeing you all then. Let's see, we've got some 30-second member announcements.
Hey, Brittany?
I'm sorry, did I miss something?
Yeah, before we move on, Deb Ross just had an update on our partnership with a local charity that she wanted to see if she could roll out to the membership.
Sure, Deb, yeah, that's right, for December.
Great, thanks. Okay, so many of you know that every year what we do is we choose one charity, and typically when we get together in person, we're all bringing things to donate to that charity. So we've done, coats and gloves and hats. We've done books with Altrusa, and we have done toys in the past. This year, the Pirate Toy Fund, which I've been associated with for a long time, and Rebecca LeClaire is on their board. Of course, what's happening is they are suffering this year because folks aren't going out to stores and buying new unwrapped toys to donate in the boxes at the mall and Wegmans and things. So they are facing a potential 12,000 plus toy deficit in a year when it is more needed than ever, and going into next year as well. So fortunately, I've been working with them. We've been developing a virtual toy store. And so this year, we have a Pirate Toy Fund toy store, which, as you can see, because Rachel put it up on your screen, we have one that is powered by Visit Rochester. And what we've done, if you scroll down just a hair, you can donate a toy really super easily. So we have a Visit Rochester store, but the sort of what we're doing is we're leveraging the power of the multi-level marketing scheme with none of the evil overtones, because everybody who's a member of Visit Rochester can get a sub page. So every business here who wants to mobilize their network, their colleagues, their friends, their employees to donate virtually and safely this year. I'm going to put in the chat the link to how to sign up yourself. And so I've just done that, and all Visit Rochester members are going to be sub pages of Visit Rochester. So it's all going to roll up, and we're going to be able to report. Guess who's doing the numbers reporting? We'll be able to report on the number of toys raised by not just each of your individual businesses, but Visit Rochester as a whole. And I am lucky enough to have Maureen Hill and Dawn Kellogg working with us so that we're going to be sending out weekly updates about how each of your stores is doing. So please, please, please use use that link that I just put in the chat to sign up your own business. Or if you just want to donate a toy, you can do that through the Visit Rochester link anytime between now and, I'll be reporting just after our meeting next month rather, but you'll find out more about that. I'll stick it in the Facebook page. So either donate directly through the Visit Rochester store or one of your sub pages. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Devin, thanks for the reminder. I totally missed that in my notes, so I'm glad you get to get that in there. Yeah, lots of good things to give and treats and goodies for the end of the year. All right, so speaking of treats and goodies, we have our 30-second member announcements, and just a reminder for y'all. I mean, this is the time of year where people are giving. So if you have something that's going on or something that you want to promote, make sure you get it in the chat. There's links, and then be sure and put it up on the Facebook forum and also into the extranet. So Eliza Kozlowski with the George Eastman Museum has a member announcement. Eliza, what's going on?
Thanks, Brittany, and hi, everybody. So we were thrilled that it started snowing today because 70-degree temperatures just weren't putting people in the holiday mood for gingerbread. But we're in full-on holiday mode right now at the museum. We have gingerbread creations, wreaths, trees. Just thrilled that we can keep that holiday tradition going. We have made some changes just in order to provide a safe experience for people. So we do have timed ticketing this year in order to limit the capacities and reinforce social distancing. And all the gingerbread creations are under plexiglass, but it's wonderful to see families come out. Very exciting. Our traditional auction we've put online, so you can go to eastman.org/auction. I'll put that in the chat. So if you're not able to make it, you can still look at and bid on all the items that we have on display. Wreaths are up through Thanksgiving weekend, trees and gingerbread through the 13th. And just the exciting thing too is when you arrive, if you do come and visit, you'll come through the new Thomas Tischer Visitor Center. I don't know who can see me on screen, but my background is our new visitor center. It's a whole new way to experience the museum with a new store, new cafe, welcoming, accessible. We're just so excited about it. And then also, if you don't feel ready to visit, we have a new 360 tour of the mansion, all decorated for the holidays. I'll put that link as well. But we hope to see you soon. Happy holidays, everybody, and thank you.
Thanks, Eliza. I always love to see the George Eastman house all decorated. It just immediately puts me in the holiday spirit. If anybody else have 30-second member announcements? We actually are really good on time, so now's the time to shout it out. Let's see. Scrolling in here. Yes. Lisa Altman from University of Rochester. Go for it, girl. Lisa?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Hi, I'm Lisa Altman from the University of Rochester, and I represent the Gergen Institute for Data Science. Last year, so we do projects. We have students who are looking for projects using real-world data sets. And last year, Deb Ross was a sponsor of some of our projects. I think we did something with not only with her company, but also with the museum. And so I'm just putting a shout out to you guys. If anybody is looking for a group of students to analyze some of that data that's been sitting around and you haven't really thought much about it, this is a great time of year to reach out to us. And we have about 60 students who will be graduating in May, and they just really want to get some real world experience.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Make sure you put if there's a link to any of that, like make sure to put up in the chat. Julie, it's so nice. Like, talk to us about Christmas trees, man.
We open on Saturday, so we're in a mad dash to get the farm ready to go, start cutting trees for our pre-cut tree barns. The farm's going to look a little different this year for COVID precautions. We're going to have 2 cut tree barns, 2 entrances and 2 exits. And luckily, the tree field that we're cutting from is close to the barn this year. So while we can't have wagon rides, we're still going to be able to do our live nativity. The slides will be open. The chicken show will be caroling, things like that. So it's going to be as normal as possible, and it's all outside, so it's super safe. It's a huge field, so you'll be able to safely socially distance. So bundle up your family, because we're all probably going to be staying closer to home this year, and come get your perfect tree.
Excellent. Thank you. Ms. Jessica Conley. You have an announcement too? Jess?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
Okay, hey.
So we're at it again. We are doing another blood drive December 1st here at the hotel, 280 Clay Road, the Hampton Inn and Suites, Rochester, Henrietta. I was just trying to find the link so I could throw it up in the chat so you can sign up, but you can do basic blood donations or Power Reds. Power Red gives double the donation. So I will get all that info up in the chat. And like I said, December 1st, blood drive, 280 Clay Road, 1:30 to 6:30 if anyone wants to come out.
Great, thanks, Jess. Chris Fanning.
Hi, everybody. Sorry to jump in last minute. I've been running around. I was listening in the car, going to City Blue and back to Raritan Books, getting ready for annual funds, like I'm sure most of you are. But excellent meeting. This was super informative. So grateful for the restaurant industry for talking and hearing everybody. Just wanted to plug our indie bookstore, Ampersand Books at Writers and Books. This is the time to place your orders now. I'm sure everyone's thinking about deliveries for the holiday season. And if you are thinking of purchasing books for somebody on your list, we would really appreciate it. We would love it if you would shop through us, shop locally, keep your dollars local here. And just another plug for Hippocampo Books, who's not here. If you're looking for children's books, please support them. They also have a wonderful online shop that you can go to. But that's it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me pop in here last minute, Brittany. Really appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. Make sure you put links up. Just get it in the chat, okay?
Sure thing.
All right, so let's see. Am I missing anybody? Okay. Lisa, I got it. Okay. Oh, Sarah from the Seneca Park Zoo. Tell us what's going on.
Sure. So Breakfast with Santa, our tradition at the holidays, can't happen as usual this year. So we're offering Breakfast with Santa at home, which is a fun kit that families can take home that involves everything they need for a pancake breakfast at home. But most importantly, there's a personalized video from Santa for every family. So that's sort of that makes it extra special at home. So I put the link up in the list. We've got the zoo remains open as well, and bundle up and come out and see the animals in the cold weather. We've got a membership special as well, where you can get a reusable water bottle with every gift of the zoo for membership. So that's what we've got going on.
Great, thanks so much. Shane from Ape and Canary and our social chair talking to us about Spa Love. Let's hear it.
Hi everyone, Shane here from Ape and Canary Salon and Spa in Strathallan. We are still open. We can do all of our services, massage, aesthetics, hair, nails, manis, pedis. Moving into the holiday season, it's our biggest sales portion of the year. We do all of our gift cards now online at apeandcanary.com. They're the perfect gift for everyone. You could do it in any monetary amount and email them directly to your recipient. So let me know if you have any questions about that or social media, and I'll be back on the call later. Bye.
Excellent. All right. Y'all are pinging me on my cell phone and in the chat. I want to make sure I get to everybody. Okay. So, wait, I know who I wanted to go next. Hold on. Hang on. Hold please. Colleen, let's see. Colleen, you've got lots of Colleen Hardy from Living Roots. You want to jump in with some gift options?
Sure. I'm in the car, so hopefully this is working okay. But yeah, we, like everybody else, are trying to kind of really focus on sort of to-go orders and people hopefully drinking our wine at home, gifting wine for the holidays. So, when we get to the Thanksgiving pairings, I definitely have some recommendations to give, but also, if you're looking to give wine for the holidays or other gifts, we have sort of apparel, but also, cheese boards and different wine accessories, decanters, whatever it is for your favorite sort of foodie. And then we're also doing, charcuterie boards and things like that to go. So while we are still doing service in the tasting room, certainly trying to sort of pivot and, make it really easy for people to enjoy our products from home, whether it's for yourself or a gift.
Yeah, it's so important to support local, and we've got, I mean, Rochester and all of you, all these businesses have so many great things to offer. Yeah, speaking of wine, Casa Larga, Lisa, right? Are you handy? Wait, am I missing? Yeah, Casa Larga, hold on. Oh, and Kelly McBride, are you available? I know you wanted to talk about the public market. There's always good
Yes,
stuff.
I'm here. Can you guys see me? I don't know if my video is not working for some reason.
I don't think so.
That's okay. You can hear me. So we're hopefully, fingers crossed, planning on still doing our holidays at the market event series, but it's going to be obviously much different this year. We're not doing Santa or crafts or cookie decorating or any of the horse-drawn carriage rides, but we will have, kind of similar to a regular market day, our vendors with, we're going to have all different vendors with fresh cut trees and wreaths, handmade items, local food and beverage products, great shopping for the holidays, and all of it's going to be local. As long as retail is able to remain open, we should be able to hold this event. We do require masks to be worn by everyone. And they're going to be it's on 3 Sundays in the holidays. So November 29th, December 6th, and December 13th, from 8 till 2 in the morning, 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. And then on Thursday, we're going to be doing, potentially, this might be canceled, but the evening market as well, which is going to be like the holidays at the market, but it's a Thursday, the 17th. So we have the 3 Sundays and the Thursday. And we're going to have vendors spaced out, set up just like they are on a regular market day, all outside. So we're hoping to provide a opportunity for local makers to be able to at least have one of their events, and then for, you know, the Rochester community to come and shop and support local vendors for the holidays.
Kelly, do you want to give a quick plug too for Thanksgiving shopping and some of the hours you have next week?
Yeah, so we are open Tuesday and Wednesday next week instead of Tuesday and Thursday. We'll be closed on Thursday day for the holiday itself, but we will be here Tuesday and Wednesday. So 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be here Tuesday and Wednesday, so you can come and be outside, avoid grocery stores, avoid lines, and support, you know, your local farmers and vendors. So
That's great. All right, thank you, Kelly. Dan Snyderman, you've got something that you want to share.
Yeah, the 2 quick things is all of the videos from the Empire State Maker Faire, which took place about a month ago, are now fully up on YouTube. We had about 4,500 viewers from all around the world, which was fantastic. One of my favorite stories came from the Rochester Refugee Sewing Repair, as they talked about how they, a small nonprofit, made like 12,000 masks, which was really cool to see be promoted to the world. My big call is support your local artisans and makers. We have a fantastic art program, an art industry and maker industry around Rochester. I know I'm planning on getting at least 2 or 3 more prints from different friends and makers from around the area. And you can find them not only at all these amazing events, but also directly on Etsy and on their own websites.
Excellent. Thanks, Dan. Michael Hardy, do you want to give a quick plug for see, you and I are on the same brain. Why don't you say something about Watkins Glen, what's going on down there and all the good stuff?
A hearty hello and ho ho ho, hearty hello everyone. Shop small, shop where your heart is. My right hand gal Friday, Liz Salamandra down here, has designed an amazing shop small. We've been invited by American Express a second year. I can't take credit for the first, but I will for the second. With Liz in our shops, we have 30 businesses down here looking to support local businesses, but also to entertain and help locals. We include Rochesterians in our Northern Finger Lakes neighbors as locals. Come on down for a day or an overnight, and we'll have some other programs there. We've got some other things coming up that we'll put in our calendar, and we will put in yours because we're a member as well. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. If you get a chance to come and visit, The 2 trails are available at the park as well. The park is not closed, just the Gorge Trail. The other 2 trails are great. So again, be safe, healthy, and enjoy the holiday season.
Thanks, Michael. All right, well, if we missed you, make sure you get your links up in the chat here and on the forum and in the extranet. If you need help with that, please feel free to reach out to the peeps at Visit Rochester to help. And again, look forward to seeing and shopping locally for the holidays.